concisely explain the themes and synopses of the shows, but if you know me, you know that I am not good at that. So again, we'll see how that goes as well. So the first show that I watched was a limited series on Netflix called The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window. This came out a couple months ago, and it stars Kristen Bell, who is the voice of Anna in Frozen, and she is in Burlesque, and she is in The Good Place, and a lot of other stuff, but yeah, I love her actually. She's awesome. But basically this long ass title of a show is about, it's exactly what the title says. It's a woman in a house, and she has problems with alcohol, and she is borderline schizophrenic or has like bipolar disorder or something like that. But you don't really know her history, you don't really know what it's from, you just know that she's very paranoid all the time, and she drinks a lot of wine. So, that is the woman in the house, and she lives across the street from the girl in the window, who basically, like, a new family moves into the house across the street, and she just becomes obsessed with them and starts like watching them. But then she sees, this is not a spoiler by the way, this, if you watch like the trailer, they show you this. But basically she watches through the neighbor's window as the girl in the window gets murdered. So she calls the cops and she reports it, and she's freaking out. And they show up, and there's no one there. There's no body, there's no blood, nothing. And then her sister and her family and everyone's like, oh, yeah, sorry about that. Like, she's kind of crazy. Don't trust her. And so the show just follows this woman and her like mental battles, and then you never really know if she's crazy or if she actually saw this thing happen until the very end, and I won't spoil it. It's a little bit suspenseful, but not too scary. Like, I am the biggest scaredy cat paranoid freak of all time, and I watched it and I thought it was fine. The end is a little bit spooky, but nothing crazy. So yeah, that's The Woman I just love, like, sometimes I hate it, but I also love it. And I don't know if you haven't seen it. It's like basically this girl, Emily, is like a marketing, she's a young marketing professional in the US, and then she has to go to France for a job for a year. And it just follows her life, like going there and settling in and working with this new French marketing firm and trying to kind of assimilate into their culture. And it follows her love life. And it's juicy, and I just love it. It's kind of ridiculous at some points, but it's good. It's entertaining. to see all of those, but then you also get to see the drama. That's all I have to say about that one. And then Love is Blind. Another one which I will say, Love is Blind, not really holding me over anymore. The first 2 seasons of Love is Blind. Well, first of all, Love is Blind is another reality, like, dating show where a group of guys and a group of girls all get together and they basically go on all of these blind dates with each other. But the only way that they start to see each other is if, like, they propose to each other. So they're in these pods, these like dating pods. So the guys on one side, the girls on the other side, and there's a wall in the middle of them. So they can't see each other, but everyone's dating everyone. It's like speed dating. And then as time goes on, I think it's 3 weeks that they get. And then as the weeks go on, they start to continue to know each other better, and they like start picking out like and figuring out who they like most. And then they fall in love and they propose to each other. And then after they've proposed and accepted, then they get to meet and there's like a whole big reveal. And then after that, it follows their relationship, like coming out of the pods, and they go on a big vacation, and then you get to meet everyone else. So then they get to see all the people who they didn't pick, or who they thought about picking then didn't, or who they wanted to but who rejected them. So you can imagine all of the drama that ensues. And then it follows them to living together, like starting to go back to their day-to-day lives. They're living together, and it follows them all the way up until the wedding. Basically, you have to have a wedding, even if you know you're gonna say no. You have to get to the altar. That's the whole thing. And it's kind of dumb because the whole show, everyone's like literally up until minutes before their wedding day. Like up until minutes before they say I do or I don't. They're like, I just don't know what I'm gonna say. Like, I have no clue. It's like, you don't know if you want to marry this person and spend the rest of your life with them. I'm gonna tell you now, honey, the answer is you don't. It's TV, like, it's for all the dramatics, but, so you can't judge it too hard, but it's good. Anyway, so the first 2 seasons I actually liked, and I was very invested. Season 3, I was like, meh. I finished it, but whatever, it was okay. But season 4, I started, and I just didn't love any of the people. I felt like they were just trying too hard, and everyone is just like fake. I don't know. It's just, I'm kind of over it now. So I didn't finish season 4. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll try it again. But anyway, let me know what you think. Also, if you've seen Love is Blind, particularly season 3 with Cole and Zay, what do you think? Because I have opinions. If you've seen it, let me know and we can chat. Everyone was hating on Cole, and I mean, I think he was just like a stupid boy, and he was young, but I do not think he did that many, like, I do not think he deserved all of the hate that he got, and I think she kind of played the villain, or I think she kind of played the victim, and I wasn't a fan of that. Anyway, moving on. Okay, one show that I rewatched for reason, and I think that's because the first time I watched it, I was younger. I was probably like 15 the first time I watched Gilmore Girls. And so I think like rewatching it just almost feels a little bit nostalgic. That's not right. It wasn't that long ago. It just brings up like you know what I mean. Anyway, so yeah, I rewatched Gilmore Girls. It follows Lorelai and Rory Gilmore, who kind of like Ginny and Georgia, except Gilmore Girls was like way before Ginny and Georgia. But it follows them and their relationship and their relationships from the time that Rory is a freshman in high school to the time that she graduates college. Lorelai had Rory when she was 16, and she had a bad relationship with her parents. She was kind of like the problem child. Got pregnant at 16 and kind of ran away / was kicked out. And so she settled in this small town called Stars Hollow. And that's where Rory and her grow up. So yeah, it follows their relationship. And so you get to see Rory grow up in this small town with a lot of eccentric characters. And then of course there's Luke from Luke's Diner. So you see Luke and Lorelai evolve, you see Rory grow up, and her different relationships that she has, both romantic and platonic. It has a lot of themes of family and growth and just coming of age, I guess, kind of for both of them. Man, Gilmore Girls. Okay, I've got 2 more shows and 2 movies for you. The first of the last 2 shows is Jane the Virgin. Again, this is one that I am kind of rewatching. Kind of. So I watched Jane the Virgin like 5 years ago or something. Like when it was fairly new, I watched it. And I watched it up until season 3, and then for some reason I stopped. And then a couple years, like a year ago maybe, or maybe 2 years ago, my sister started watching it. And so I kind of picked it back up around season 3 and watched a couple episodes with my sister. And then I just recently started rewatching it, and now I'm making my boyfriend watch it with me because he hasn't seen any of it ever. So I'm rewatching it, but kind of watching it for the first time again because there's some things that I remember, but a lot of it I've forgotten. So I'm starting new. So I've been watching Jane the Virgin. I love it. I adore everyone in that show. Rogelio is an icon. Rogelio de la Vega. I can't say it as quick as he does. If you've seen the show, you know he goes Rogelio de la Vega. I can't say it that fast. Rogelio de la Vega is his name, and he's a movie star. Anyway, Jane the Virgin follows Jane, who is a virgin. She accidentally gets artificially inseminated by the sister of an incredibly sexy man who she just so happened to have a fling with like 5 years before she accidentally got pregnant with his child. So the show follows Jane and Jane's mom and her grandma. They all live together in it with Raphael, who is the father of Jane's baby, and also in the show, Jane and her family watch telenovelas, and it's like telenovelas are a big part of their lives. And the narrator of the whole show narrates everything like it's a telenovela. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's telenovela inspired in it, but it also kind of is a telenovela, if that makes sense. So 50% of the show follows the characters and their relationships, and just like the story of Jane getting pregnant and like all of the aftermath of that incident. But the other 50% of the show is like crime, lore, mystery based. So it's a fun time. So moving on, I've got 2 movies for you before I wrap this up. The first movie is Glass Onion, which is a Knives Out film. And I actually have not seen the first Knives Out, like the original one. So I can't. I know some people were disappointed with this one, with Glass Onion, because it was kind of too similar. But I had not seen the first original Knives Out. So I really loved Glass Onion. It has a pretty famous cast. It's got Madeline Klein, who is just one of the most stunning human beings I've ever seen. She's from Outer Banks. She plays Sarah in Outer Banks. And it has Kate Hudson in it again. Stunning. I am in love with her. She's an icon. Love her. And then it's got a bunch of people in it. Glass Onion. Basically, there's this group of friends who, I don't want to spoil anything, but basically there's this guy named Miles, and he is mega rich. And every year he throws like this big party on his private island, and there's all sorts of like mystery games and puzzles to figure out. And it's just a big party. But this year, it involves murder. And that's all I'm gonna say. I don't know how to describe this movie. But I enjoyed it. I would watch the trailer. It's good. It's really entertaining. It has an element of the movie is like a mystery movie, so you're trying to figure out everything as the characters are, and then everything is revealed to you, and you almost like re-watch the movie a second time in the middle of it. If you know, you know, like, but I don't know, it's good. Okay, so the final movie and the final piece of content that I will share with you is the Hunger Games trilogy. So this was a while back now. Oh my god, was this before Christmas? No, I don't think so. I don't remember. But they put all of the Hunger Games movies on Netflix. I'm assuming in anticipation of the new movie that's coming out. I don't know when it comes out. But Suzanne Collins, the author of the Hunger Games, wrote like a, what's it called? I'm brain farting right now. Basically, she wrote a new book recently that is set before the first Hunger Games book. It's called, I guess, The Ballad of Songbirds or something like that. I don't know. And I think they're making a movie adaptation of that one now too. So, all of the Hunger Games movies are on Netflix, and I haven't seen them or read the books in years. I Girls.